Hello, good evening, and welcome to the
evening,
show.
all.
I'm going to try and do this start without making a big deal about my entries, but I do like my intros. Right, I'm going to jump on the comments. Excellent. Right, hi, good evening, folks. You may have noticed that there was a new video thing all of a sudden scheduled. For some reason, this decided it didn't want to put comments into Facebook. We had an issue between StreamYard and Facebook, so I had to quickly create a new video event.
Yeah. It's all fixed now, though. You did it.
I did. I've done it. Oh, I feel rough. I'm just going to get that out of the way first. I'm full of
something.
So, Jess has just popped in. It's the first person here. Nice theme. Excellent. Thank you. I made that. It took me far too long to make something that short. Ridiculous.
I listened to you far too much talking about it.
Yeah, you did. Anyway, welcome to the show. It's another Sunday. It's another Wiccan Warriors Sunday show. My name's Alistair, and this is Penny, which you might have noticed from my really cool intro. Tonight's show is the 51st show, and this week didn't go according to plan, but I'll come on to our week in a moment. I just want to give you a quick idea of what's coming up in tonight's show. We have some information about a tarot workshop. The winners from last week's prize have all been drawn. Names are all on this piece of paper. Psychic night being fully booked, and so asking you guys whether or not we should plan another one. Spooky ramble. We're going to talk about angels and demons, or as I wrongly typed in and Marion quickly spotted,
angles.
Angles. Morning, Sergeant Angle.
Constable Angle.
Oh yeah, Constable Angle. So yeah, we're going to be talking about sort of angels and demons within. Well, Penny's going to do some bits from one side of the fence, and I'm going to talk to you a bit about sort of the Norse side of things and the good and the bad in Norse mythology. So let's have a quick look, see who's arrived. Chloe's arrived. Good evening, Chloe.
Hi, Chloe.
Sharon's arrived. Good evening. Chloe's talking about catching swans. Who was catching swans? Or was that a little private in-joke, do you reckon, in the comments?
Oh, I don't think we were catching swans. We didn't go out today.
No. I wouldn't be chasing swans anyway. They worry me, to be fair. So, yeah. So, tonight's show's kind of lots of different things, although I feel a bit manic. So
oh my God, Chloe. Yes, I'm ashamed of myself for not getting that Hot Fuzz reference. No Mr. P.I. Staker.
Yeah, sorry, Chloe. We totally moved on. My brain had moved on to the next bit. We completely missed that reference, totally. So, what should we start with? Marion, she was watching last week's show. That's hilarious.
Oh, I bet you was like, I'm having some deja vu.
How have I already arrived? Right, well, welcome to this week's show, Marion. Hi.
Yeah.
So yeah, right. Before we get on to the winners, because we've chosen those this week. Penny, what's your week been like?
I can't remember.
It was all a blur.
It was all a blur.
You been busy?
I have been busy. Been working a lot.
I said that like I didn't live here and didn't know.
No, feels like it's been a busy week.
We both had a busy week.
Not a bad week, though.
No, the wheels fell off for me on Thursday when I caught some sort of man cold flu thing.
Diseased.
And got a migraine. I went to the opticians, found out I'm not losing my sight. I'm in need glasses for one eye. So
I can't wait for that.
Although when I actually found that out and they send you to the person to help you sort out the glasses, I did ask them if they did monocles, but she wasn't sure what I meant.
It's gonna look amazing. You're gonna have one lens that's a lens.
I'm not that blind in
and
one
one
eye.
that's glass, and you're gonna have one gigantic eye.
That's not what they're gonna be like at all.
I really hope they are.
Marion saying sounded familiar. Sharon's going with my thought. Yeah, see, I should have had a monocle, but they didn't do them.
You looked though in the shop, and the woman said, "What are you looking for?" And you went, "Where's your monocle section?"
Yeah, I want a monocle. I need one eye sorted. So yeah, the lady in there did her best to not make me look a prat making stupid jokes.
Oh.
So that was good.
Feel bad. Not that bad.
Weekend was a little bit busier because I had to go and do the appointment I couldn't do Friday, yesterday.
You did?
So, can't see the comments. What else happened this week? Not a lot, really.
I don't know. It felt like a full-on week.
Yeah, it just flies by.
Yeah.
Oh, the mugs didn't arrive. Well, the first lot arrived. They were wrong. There was a printing error in them. So, the next lot arrived. Yay, today. Well, no, yesterday. And I got boxes for them as well. So they're going to be properly packaged and sent out. No half measures here.
No.
Right then.
Then.
What should we do?
I don't know.
I feel like it's all being left down to me.
It is all being left down to you.
What should we do? What should we go with first? You tell us, guys. I'm going to sit back for a minute.
You had your little list. Why didn't you be sensible?
Should we go by the list?
I think you should go by the list.
Or should we just announce the winners?
Just do it.
Should we just announce the winners?
Just announce the winners.
I'll tell you what, you do a little bit of waffling. I'm going to type the names into the comments.
I don't know how to waffle. We didn't do the spooky rumble.
Oh, yeah.
But you weren't feeling very great. And we were both absolutely knackered and chock-a-block.
We had to deal with some financial crap. I had to do some adulting, didn't we?
Oh.
And it melts my brain when I have to do that.
Don't even say it.
I nearly pressed enter then. I'm typing the names. I nearly pressed enter, which is just
yeah, see, that's the thing about comments. You do automatically want to press to go down to the next bit. Spelt wrong, but it will autocorrect you.
Stop watching me and talk
to
the masses.
I don't know what to talk about. Oh, I'm to tell you to put on love hearts and stuff. Say how much you love us. I think tonight's show is going to be a good one.
I don't know his surname. Just thought. Forgotten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm doing his admin for him. God, your hard work today. I've forgotten what I was talking about. Oh, tonight's show. Yeah, we had some debate about it, and it started off being about very different things. And then I know you said angels and demons. Really, the good guys and the bad guys.
Yeah.
That are in many different religions, to be fair. And I'm sure everybody's got an opinion, and it'll be super interesting. So it'll be good if you can comment as we go along. I'm sure that we'll make lots of mistakes in pronouncing stuff. So if you notice anything, feel free to correct us. We've done our best. We can only give you the information that we have, and we're bound to get stuff wrong. So,
right, I've got one more name to type in.
Okay, so the lovely Jessica, yes. Just because you were working in it was really important. It's not good enough. You have to be there to watch us live every week. Otherwise, I'll be upset. And we still need to organise some dates as well. He types like a one-handed chimp. Saying that, though, we watched randomly yesterday morning Richard Attenborough thing about chimpanzees. It was very traumatic.
It is. It's a brutal, masculine.
David Attenborough.
Yeah, it's called The Dynasties.
Is it David Attenborough?
David Attenborough, yeah.
Yeah, I said Richard.
Can I just remind everybody, David Attenborough's not an expert in anything. He's just a narrator. Just saying.
He's a zoologist as well.
Yeah, but he can just narrate.
It's an ology. He's a scientist.
He's got an ology. Right, everybody's name's in. The winners are typed in.
Sorry, hang on. Jessica, yes, absolutely. Stream in the labour room.
Stream what into the labour room?
Our share. Our show. She was selfishly sitting there supporting somebody. with their breathing and many other things, I imagine.
No, next
And
time we want a
chose
live
not to
update.
watch us.
Yeah, we want a live update. Right, all the winners are in.
Okay.
Let's make people wait now and talk about something else. No, let's not do that.
No,
That's-
because
that
you'll
seems
make a
mean.
mistake.
Right, are we ready?
Okay, let's go.
So these 5 winners have all won one of the brand new limited edition. These, like I said, these are not available in the shops. They're not even available in our shop. I've had them printed specifically because it was all about the support of this channel for the last 50 shows. So it's a thank you. So it's a love and light to you guys from us.
And we did set criteria.
Yeah.
Which has been followed.
It has been followed.
So everybody that followed it, you are in with a chance.
Yeah. It wasn't about that. It wasn't about gaining new people. It was about establishing some.
Oh, yes, it was.
But
hang
no,
on a minute. How many of you have bought a friend with you?
Oh, yeah.
We did set the task that everybody had to bring somebody new with them to the channel. It's not looking like there's many. Everybody forgot, including us. So.
We're all pagans and Wiccans. We ain't got any friends.
Oh, that is true. We're persecuted, if you remember.
Do you know what? I was actually reading an article that's actually currently up to date for reports of people being persecuted and discriminated against because of pagan. Yeah, if they put pagan or Wiccan as beliefs.
That's not good enough, Chloe.
Oh, I always get compared to animals. Sometimes in a good way, sometimes in a bad way.
He wishes I was likening him to a David Attenborough
Right, are we ready?
Yes.
So these 5 winners that names are going to go. You need to private message us so I can get your name, get your address, put it on this box and send it to you.
Da, 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 da.
Bosh, here we go. So congratulations to Chloe Stevenson, Philippa Hutt, Chris Evans, Jess Ramos, Leah Bray, Mickey York, and Marion McElhern. Thank you for all your support and thank you for entering. And like I said, send us your address so I can send it to you. Chloe, is that
No. That's like,
So yeah, when you guys then have your cups of tea or coffee or herbal tea or whatever it is you drink.
When you get it, you've got to take it, make a drink in it, and then take a selfie of you drinking from it and send it to us. So we can put together a little collage, if you will.
Wiccan Warrior mugs.
Yeah.
Mug shots.
Mug shots, yeah.
Yeah, let's have some mug shots. That works.
Absolutely.
So yeah, send us your details and we'll send you some mug.
Yeah.
So excellent.
Excellent. Okay, where to now?
Right, tarot workshop. This is something I've got brewing in my head as to how I'd like to run this. And I kind of wanted to run it past you guys a little bit to see if I could get some feedback on this as to whether or not I run something that is a 1 to 2 hours introductory. I want to learn to be a little bit better with my tarot, or do I go the whole hog and we do a 3-hour proper workshop on understanding your cards, the origins of tarot, and channeling the energy and things and working with the tarot cards, and gives you more time for people to be intuitive with their cards. And it's kind of, I'm not sure how I want to run it. So I wanted to get an idea from you guys as to whether or not you think a tarot quickie or a tarot longie. Do we do a quick kind of little quick sessions?
As in?
To boost your kind of abilities.
As in a proper educational, learning one.
Yeah.
With the history and the theoretical part of it.
Yeah, I'd like to go back into the origins because that's where I started. I started with just standard playing cards and I used to read those.
But you're asking them for their opinion.
No, I know. So exactly. So I just wondered if people want kind of, or our customers, people we've got there, do you guys want a help me with my cards session, or I really want to learn how to do tarot properly kind of session? I don't know. I thought I had the question well rounded and then you ruined it.
In person or online?
No, it'd be in person.
I think that would be really good to have a tarot circle.
I know, yeah.
In person.
Yeah. So maximum 5-6 people, I'm not sure. Jessica, Tarot Longy. See, there's a vote for the full session. So, and that's the one I'm kind of going towards.
Leaning towards.
Yeah.
We have another comment above.
Oh.
You're not even looking at the comments.
Oh, no. Okay. Woohoo, thanks, guys. Appreciate that. Yeah, excellent. This is
Put it on.
excellent. Thank you, Noah. Much appreciated. I'm going to post that up there, even though it's not Noah. So,
It
excellent.
is Noah. Noah's just logged in on Jess's.
Oh, is he on?
Thingy.
Oh, I see what you mean. Right, yeah, because everything's
I know.
on. Yeah.
You can tell all your friends we said hello to you.
Yeah.
And then they will never talk to you again.
So, yeah, that's Lucky Winners.
And then
Thank
we'll
you,
do a
guys.
bullying workshop.
So that's the tarot workshop. That's my idea. Let's move on. Right,
Okay.
you do some talking now. I want to drink some coffee. My voice is going. I feel like I've heard my own voice for far too long now. At this
Well,
show.
I feel like that.
We're 16
every
minutes
day.
in, and if people haven't tuned out and gone away,
So, what are we? Do you want me to?
everybody hit the love buttons, please.
It's been a long week.
Coffee's kicking in, and the painkillers are kicking
Oh
in.
yeah, that's a rocket fuel. Anyway, so
Danny's arrived. Hi, Danny.
Danny. So what are we doing? Oh, happy Mother's Day to all you lovely, lovely, well-deserving mothers out there as well.
Absolutely.
Who we should all be appreciated every day.
You guys are amazing. You make people and organs.
It is true, we do.
No human machine has ever been invented that can make an organ. It can make bits of skin cells and things, but it can't make an actual organ. Yet
No.
you can.
We can. Yeah.
That's the trade secret.
We
that you
make
women
an
are doing.
organ, and then we make a person that in turn has the organs as well inside them.
Yes. It's amazing. So yeah, happy Mother's Day.
Oh.
It is. I think I was always mesmerised by childbirth. I thought it was amazing. And if I had my time again, I probably would be a male gay doula. But I don't want to do
You
the
don't
gay.
have to be gay.
I don't want to do the gay bit. No, I don't.
What do you mean? You don't. That's
I want to
not.
be a gay
I
doula
can-
without a boyfriend. Because it just won't work.
I can honestly say there's no criteria that you have to be gay. Nobody checks that.
I would not feel comfortable with my missus there working with a straight doula. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just old in my head. I get that, and I don't want to be criticised and told I'm okay.
You notice he didn't say that he would be worried at all about me and being concerned of him looking at other ladies' bits and pieces. I wouldn't.
That didn't even cross my mind.
Right.
So,
Be a male midwife. Oh, he's too cryy. He
thanks
is.
for blurting that out.
Sorry.
Cheers.
No, I don't mean that. I mean, you've got to cut bits. Can you cut bits?
Oh no, I'm not bothered by that. I cut both the umbilical cords of my kids.
No, I don't mean that. I mean, cut the lady bits. They're not coming out. I can see that not going quite so well.
Yeah, I don't know how I deal with that bit. Not sure.
But you don't have to do that. There's not a prerequisite to the role.
Just cut all of them.
Yeah, just sharpen me knives. Come on in, love.
Well, I just thought of something rude, and I can't. I better say
Whatever it is, stop it.
that was a Nick Stepani style comment.
Yeah, don't do that then. Don't do that then. See, everybody thinks that you'd be good.
No, they don't think I'd be good. They're just saying that there needs to be males.
You would be good.
But no, I do get quite emotional around childbirth because it's a new person. And I wonder to myself, what's the world going to be like 70 years into their future? They've got all their years ahead of them now. I've got 40 odd behind me, and God knows how many.
Keep going. Only a couple in front.
Yeah, and not that. I don't know how many in front. But they haven't. And what's the world going to be like in 70 years? And I think that's quite amazing. So yeah, that's what child and be as a medium and a person that works with energy. Pregnant women produce the most energy there is.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I went for my haircut, my barber's pregnant. And as soon as she's walking around, it's like a warmth just comes through because her belly's there as she's cutting my hair. Awesome. You feel the energy of the baby.
My hairdresser,
Oh, she's wet
if she
herself.
ever watches this, will tell you that this is absolutely true. For, I think, I might get this wrong, I'm fairly certain she's got 5 lovely children. But whenever I saw her, she was pregnant. It was like she was just continuously pregnant. And I'd have to say to her quite a lot, could you back up a little bit and remove the fetus from the back of my head?
No,
Quite a lot.
I would be one of those annoying. Well, I was an annoying dad. I constantly had my hands on it. Where's the baby now?
See, how
Poking,
lovely is that?
poked all my kids. Where are you? I want to play.
They were like that. We don't want to come out.
Hello.
Yeah, you can't do that. Not doulaing.
It's like a fish tank. Dun, dun. I was so excited. I was genuinely.
I apologise
We've gone off on a
in
tangent.
advance to everybody for everything that was just said.
But no, you can put whatever you can. Whatever.
Oh no, I think you're the right side of empathic. And
everything to me, when I sort of thought about it, the meaning of life is simply the creation of life. So to have created life, that's it. It's life's goal is complete.
No,
really.
we're amazing. And you're fully already there with goddess worship.
Mm.
So you would be the right frame of mind to do it anyway.
So we've gone off on a right tangent there.
We have, but it's Mother's Day.
It is Mother's Day, so yeah. So I sent my mum a bunch of flowers.
I didn't.
So I hope she likes them. Well,
I got a bunch
she
of
did say
flowers.
she liked them. I spoke to her through Dad.
But I'm quite needy, so in a couple of days it's my birthday, so I want more presents. Thanks, kids. Rose is here. Hi, Rose. Long time no see. Hope all's well. Okay, so this evening we're talking about the good guys and the bad guys.
Yes, let me turn the page. Let's actually get on to a little bit of the topic of what we're talking about.
Okay, so the good guys and the bad guys. So I did quite a lot of research and got really carried away, and it actually started that I wanted us to do a bit of a talk about demons and demonology, and then spun off on a tangent and decided that's quite a vast subject, and I honestly don't know enough about it, and I obviously need to spend some time with the lovely Kieran O'Keefe to discuss it, because he's a demonologist, and I'm sure he'll convince us to do some of his courses or something similar, and hopefully we'll get him on here one day.
That would be good.
We spun off from
we're still looking for a guest to bring on here. If you want to come on and join us, tell us about your experiences.
Yeah, at some point that would be amazing. So what we changed it to was angels and demons. So good guys and bad guys. So when we're talking about angels and demons, we're not talking about spirits, ghosts, ghouls, goblins, any of those entities. We are talking specifically about angels and demons.
And the stories they're contained within.
Because they are their own beings. They are a dedicated being, like a human being. And even though there are many different stories about how they were created and all of those things, they were created as that is who they are. That is their being. Sorry, your phone's just decided to look up stuff. Was that because of something I said?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's my notes.
Okay. Because we know they spy on our cell phones. So what I did was I looked at the many different religions that are out there. And what I found is Zoroastrianism, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam all believe in angels and demons, amongst the many other religions that are out there. I kind of focused in on a few, because otherwise this could go on for a week, this conversation. So of the literate religions, so everything is written down. There are holy books that it's recorded in, and they are huge forms of belief system with many people believing in them. They are the easiest ones to track where the stories came from, the creation stories. There are many that I'm not saying that they're literate and illiterate. It's how it's documented. So there are those, when they say they're illiterate, it is more about, it's not written down. It's not
Well, that's the most for Norse.
Right.
Most of the stuff to do with Norse.
So,
mythology.
like Wiccan, paganism, many different religions that are throughout Africa actually are classed as illiterate because we don't have a specific holy book, and there are so many different versions of a story that are told that it can change. So, but those four definitely believe in angels and demons, and they have different names for them. Some of them have very similar sounding names for who they are. But there is a misconception. There's this belief that demons are bad guys and angels are good guys. That's not true. Angels can be benevolent or malevolent, dependent on the situation and what needs to happen. So they can be good guys and bad guys as well. So I've tried to just focus on the separation of the two, really generalize that they're good guys and bad guys, angels and demons. Okay. But with the angels, it depends on their relationship with their supreme being.
Okay.
So if they have a row, they can become naughty.
Excellent. Come on and get into some detail.
So demons are generally viewed as malevolent in their intent, and they want to influence and pervert humans. So it was initially believed that they came in their own form on Earth. They were already in their form, but it is now common belief that they are an entity without form, and that they need to take human form. So they need to take over somebody else's body. Hence where the stories come from, the horror stories about possessions and things like that. Where that story came from, I don't know, but it is obviously perpetuated by Catholicism and Christianity. Okay. So when we think of demons, who do we think of? Who is the head of the demons?
The devil.
And who's that?
Lucifer. Morning Star.
And what other names can he come under? Devil, Satan, Beelzebub, Beelzebul as well in some religions. But actually...
The horn god around. I thought you'd just been...
We done.
Yes.
Lucifer, morning star, believed to be the first star.
Yeah.
So the first created, the first light means fallen light bearer.
Okay.
So he was the first light of creation, and then he got a bit stroppy, a bit big for his boots. So he was cast out and cast to walk the earth for his pride and vanity, because he was too big for his boots. But in that time, he'd built himself a little following, a little entourage, if you will, of other demons or angels at the time, and they were then cast out with him. So it's you and all your rowdy friends, get out. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so where does that come from? Where is that documented?
I'm guessing it's in the Bible.
It is indeed documented in the Bible.
The Holy Bible.
The Holy Bible. Amongst the other holy texts as well, it might be worded slightly different and there might be slight variation on the story. But it is basically, he got a bit big for his boots, got rowdy with his mates, so his dad kicked him out.
So what was the point of these stories? What was the point of these, having the good and the evil in these Bible?
To keep people in line, to make them do as they was told, to instill fear, because fear gives you power.
Okay, so it wasn't a book that was put together to enlighten man of the ways. It was one to instill control, manipulation, and power. It's funny how that works.
Maybe.
Okay, go on, carry on.
Maybe. Okay, so
Joanne's just arrived.
hi, Joanne. Purpose of a demon is to tempt humans away from the supreme or the higher power, whatever that may be, whether it is a god or a goddess or whoever the supreme being within that religion. Demon's purpose is to tempt humans away.
Okay.
Yeah, makes sense?
Yeah.
Now, here's an interesting little fact that I didn't actually know, but as soon as I read it, I thought, yeah, that does make sense. Is in the Middle Ages, demon worship was rife, absolutely rife. And there used to be black masses and inverted crosses and people doing offerings, and obviously all of these lovely ladies who were providing a healing service to their communities,
Right.
amongst other things, were tarred with the same brush as those who were actively worshipping demons and the devil. Okay. So if you don't know, the Black Mass is basically the mass that they say in church reversed and said over a inverted crucifix.
Yeah.
Okay, so it said backwards. And from that mass, we get the word that is still in use today, which is hocus pocus, which is really super interesting because it actually comes from hoc est corpus meum, which is this is my body. So during Eucharist or Holy Communion, when you're given your wafer,
The body
this
of Christ.
is my body, is hoc est corpus meum. The words hocus pocus came from that.
Well, you heard it here first, folks.
So it's like, oh, black magic. And I don't mean the chocolates from the 70s. Sorry, I thought that was really interesting.
That is.
So looking at that, I was then drawn into what is classed as sin. Okay, so there is what demons do, and there is what humans do. When we're looking at sins from the Christian perspective, from the Bible, there is actual sin and there is original sin. So actual sin is really clear. It is that you have done something bad with the knowledge that it is bad and you've done it anyway. So that's in any kind of thought, deed, action. You've done it knowing it's a bad thing. Okay, so that's actual sin. Original sin is proper sketchy. Because basically, original sin, as it says throughout the Bible, is you are born with original sin. So I think it is, not being a Catholic, I don't know this for certain, but I think that is a really Catholic thing, isn't it? That you are born of sin and then you spend your life apologising for that. And
I don't know, probably.
And making amends for that. Hence why you go to confession.
That's why they leave
why
Christ
you
on the
have
cross.
Communion, all of those things. Oh, is it?
That's why they, yeah.
Because he was born with original sin.
Yeah, but it's to show the sacrifice.
Original sin.
Whereas Baptist took him off because he was risen.
You are born with it. You are born from sin. Hereditary. So basically, you inherited it from Adam and from his original sin of disobeying and eating the apple. So literally every human is born of original sin. So we should all be apologising and trying to atone for what we've done wrong from the second we're born. Literally all of us.
Makes sense. I've been blameworthy all of my life.
Which doesn't seem like a really supportive belief system.
No, because it's not one to create a supportive belief system. It was one to create freaking sheep and to give them an option to cause havoc across the world.
We're not here in any way to bash
no, so come on,
anybody else's religion.
Give me some of their bad guys.
So Here's a little poser question for you. Is Jesus actually Lucifer? Now, those of you who
think about it,
who are God botherers out there, I'm sure, are frantically trying to grab at your keyboard. But I want you to consider, I'm not saying he is or he isn't, I'm asking, do you think he is? Because I want you to consider the text within the Bible. Under Revelations 22:16, Jesus describes himself as the bright morning star. Who is Lucifer?
Lucifer, Morningstar.
Lucifer, morning star. With that in mind, morning star is actually Lucifer. The word Lucifer is actually Phos Horus, which means bringer of light. But hang on, did Jesus not just say that he was the bringer of light? He's the morning star. That's interesting. So Phos Horus.
Wouldn't it be funny if they'd been doing it the wrong way around all the way from the beginning?
Phosphorus is a component of our DNA. So yeah, we were all born of original sin, including your mate Jesus or Lucifer. Just think about it. I'm just putting it out there. Okay, so there's a lot of perceived balance between good and bad, angels and demons.
Yeah.
Okay. That made me look at, so who was Lucifer? Was Lucifer a bad guy then? Because and believe me, I'm in no way saying, oh, I'm into all the devil worship. I'm just open-minded and I like to research. So who was he? So when you look at the many different creation stories that I've read today, because I've clearly got nothing better to do, I thought what I need to do is, because there's lots of information out there, is look at the ones that I believe or that ring true for me or are part of my belief system. So under Wicca, the goddess Diana held within her the seed of creation. So she created Lucifer and considered him her brother. And where it is documented, he is written as her brother, as her son. She created him, and together they created the world, but mainly her, because she had the seeds of creation. So she was the darkness. Before there was anything, any life, any earth, any beings, there was darkness, and that darkness was her. When she created Lucifer, he was the light, and the light to balance her darkness. Okay, so
like you and me.
Yeah. So this is where it gets a little uncomfortable. So in the Wiccan belief, they then created everything that is on the earth, the trees, the water, anything that has life has Diana in it, has her life in it.
Right.
Okay. Then she got a bit bored.
Believe me, don't worry about how weird your story gets. I've already told you about a cow that licks a person into existence.
She had created
we've got loads of good stuff to come.
all of the animals, and Lucifer's preference was a cat. Hence the Wiccan belief that cats are familiars, that they are potentially their own being with consciousness the same. So she was a bit bored. She changed into a cat, went into his room one evening and seduced him as a cat.
Okay, so we've got bestiality, incest,
because
affirmation of a line, dog
he
breeders
loved
call it.
cats. And then, because she held the seed of creation within her, she got pregnant and bore a child that was a girl. In this time, Lucifer wasn't really aware that any of that had happened, and it was just like, oh wow, what's going on with you? Not really knowing that he'd been a part of it, because she was a cat at the time. Okay, but the same as along the lines of the Christianity, he was vain, he was prideful, he thought he was the bee's knees. She got bored of that, so she cast him out and sent him to earth. Not hell, there was no hell. She just cast him to earth.
It's funny how women do that.
Then she decided her daughter, Aradia, could no longer live with her, so she sent her to earth in mortal form. So Aradia is the first human.
Oh.
And she was sent to earth. Now, I have to question the fact that she is the first and only human, and the only other person on the earth is her dad, uncle.
Stories don't match DNA.
It's really weird. And yeah, so that's the Wiccan story. And again, nothing's really recorded anywhere. There is no specific holy book that Wiccans follow.
But I think the fundamental crux of it is, if you want to
all religions are messed up.
No, but just in the fact that the Holy Bible,
yeah,
you've got people who worship Satan. They're worshipping the alternate fictional character in a book.
Okay.
They just, do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
He's the character in a book.
Are you saying it's complete fiction?
It's like somebody saying, we don't like Harry Potter, we're not going to read that, but we're going to read the shit out of the Incredible Beasts films.
And there are many versions of the Bible as well.
Yeah, there are. There are interpretations of it.
And then there's the New Testament. Is that like the up-to-date version? We've updated this one.
Everything on this planet technologically is advanced. Technology in things is advanced. Technology in our information is advanced.
Yeah.
The Bible has not changed since year one. All they've done is translated it and edited little bits. They occasionally make it so that it's a bit more socially acceptable. Stop talking about the fact that they would all legitimately like to persecute Jews and anybody that doesn't have sex within marriage, and you can't be gay. There's loads of different things that you've got to tie.
It does.
There's all these little bits that they'd like. The Vatican would never open its doors to people going in there and seeing exactly what's going on.
Okay. But the purpose of the stories that I've just said is about, it is very clearly taught to us very early on, there is good, there is bad.
And there's always someone watching you.
There is light, there is dark. There is a higher being, a supreme being, a god, and then there is Lucifer, or the devil, or Satan, or Beelzebub.
The patsy.
But actually, literally written everywhere, Lucifer is classed as the first light, the light bearer, the fallen light bearer. He is classed as good, and he is written as an angel, not as a demon.
No. Can I tell you a more interesting story now?
Okay, I'm just sharing what I read today, and I read a lot today, and I condensed it down to that little spiel. So yeah, now knock me out with your Norse stuff.
The difference is with Norse mythology is we all know it's a story. There might be moral mind maps within the stories,
okay,
that kind of give you a reason as to what to aspire to. But at no point in Norse anywhere does it say that there is a God watching you, will persecute you, you've been born a sin, you're not worthy, and you should work to attain my blessing. That doesn't happen at all. All there is a case of going, well, I died in battle, I'm going to Odin. Or I didn't die in battle, I'm going to Alfenheim until I find out where I am going. And that's
what is that? Is that like purgatory?
No.
Or the waiting area?
It's what I think Christianity stole from Norse. But I'll come on to that in a minute. In Norse, I want to start with the original bad guy, which is Loki, who's misrepresented in Marvel. And I'll tell you how badly misrepresented he is in Marvel. In Marvel, he's depicted as Thor's brother and the son of Odin. He's not at all. Loki is the son of a giant. And I'd say, no, I'm going to go right back to the beginning, because if I do this the wrong way around, it'll be muddled up. So in the beginning, there was a giant.
Well, you started that the same as the Bible.
Yeah.
In the beginning.
In the beginning, there was a giant who wanted to make the world. But he couldn't, because he needed all the bits to make the world. So then there was two giants. I am really shortening this down because it goes on.
So he phoned his mate and went, have you got any Lego?
We then get another giant, and that giant sacrifices himself to the earth, or he gets used to the earth. So his hair becomes the trees, the grass, his teeth become the rocks, his bones become the mountains, his blood and his juices and all that gooey stuff becomes the seas and the waters. So then we get
think about that when you go swimming and get a mouthful.
Within that, we go forward a little bit more, and there's a cow. Now all of a sudden we've got a cow meandering around all this luscious landscape, and it decides to nourish itself on a salt brick, and it has a little lick of this salt brick, and some hair appears. And it doesn't think, oh, that's weird, why is this salt brick getting hairy? It just goes some more, and then a head appears, and now we have the grandfather of Odin, born of a salt block licked from a cow. How amazing is this? So then we wind the clock forward a lot more, okay? And we've got a number of different things. So within Norse, they don't have a devil as such. There's no a bad person. They have what they call draugrs, which are anything that's classed as an evil spirit, evil elves, goblins, anything that fits that. So people who should be dead and are walking the earth. So they had the original zombies were being told stories about in 730 BC.
Wow.
Okay.
And Dementors, obviously.
Yeah. So Loki is a bad guy. Loki is able to shapeshift. He's able to become male and female, and he can become an animal. At one point, he kills Odin's brother Balder by disguising himself as one of the goddesses. And Balder had been killed by Loki, and he was in Helheim with Hel, who I will come back to in a moment, who is a goddess called Hel. She says, yep, okay, fine, you can have him back if everybody on the planet, everything on the planet weeps tears for him, it's universally wept, then he can come back. Of course, Loki is pretending to be one of the goddesses, doesn't weep, and Balder ends up staying in Hel with in Elfheim with Hel. Hel. Within Norse mythology, there's lots of different halls and areas you can go to. The one that I think gets misrepresented the most is Valhalla, which is the hall. It's Odin's hall, and it's where people have gone who died in battle. And I've seen some recent Facebook posts where people will have quite lengthy arguments saying that I want to aspire to go to Valhalla, and you've got original Norse people going, well, you can't because you won't die in a battle. It's not how it works unless you go to actual war. No, but I've battled with mental health. And then the comments just go, well, no, that's not how this works. If you want to adapt it and you want to think that, yes, Odin will see that as your battle, your crowning battle to try and overcome something, but you lost the battle, then fine, if that helps you. But that's not how it's represented in Norse. You have to be slain in battle. Once that happens, if you're not slain in battle, you just accidentally choked on your chicken bone because you're a pissed up Viking and that's what you picked up on your way home. Mm-hmm. You would then end up in Helheim, or Niflheim, it's called, with the goddess Hel. who is also misrepresented in Marvel because she is not the daughter of Odin. She's the daughter of Loki. She's also the sister to I'm going to say this name wrong. The Jormungandr, which is the sea serpent, the world serpent that wraps. That's her brother, sister, and so is Fenrir the wolf. They're also Hela's, which in Marvel you see the wolf there, fighting with her. But in Marvel, she's fighting to cause Ragnarok and fighting that she's been cast out by Odin, and it was originally her and Odin. And that's where it's misrepresented, because Hel is the name of the goddess that runs Niflheim and Helheim. And it's a much more complex job than you think it is. In Christianity, it's St. Peter. In Norse, it's Hel. She is half dead, half alive. So in a lot of the modern depictions of her, well, I say modern, 730 to 1100 BC,
like last week,
she's depicted as having a black face one side as death. So she's dead one side, living the other. So if you don't die in battle, you go to her, and then she will decide which of the other 9 realms you could go in.
Okay.
And that would depend on whether or not you were part of the Asgardians, the Asir. It depends sort of what the logic was. And some were returned. If you were bad, you'd come back as a Draugr, you'd be punished, or you'd stay in Niflheim, which was a form of punishment. But it's where everybody goes. You have to go there first. So that's your kind of point of judgment if you didn't automatically
it's your waiting room. So you die, you go there, you take a ticket, and you wait for your number to be called all day.
But I just think it's really poignant that it's called Hel. The goddess that monitors all that is called Hel. And then Christians have a place called Hell. But then they have to put another demon on top of that. I mean, to be fair, if you look into this, Hel doesn't rule over Niflheim on her own. She has ones with her. And the whole thing to do with Ragnarok and Marvel, fuck me, it's all backwards and inside out.
Sweary.
It's completely doesn't have anything to do with a great big bloke with massive horns needing to stick a spike into the middle of Ragnarok. It's not about that at all.
In Ragnarok,
well, yeah, the sea serpent kills Thor, the wolf kills Odin, and Loki and Hela die.
Oh.
But in Norse, like I said, in Norse mythology, it doesn't. These are all stories, and the only bits of detailed stories come around once there was loosely based Christian scholars who started writing people's stories down and making links.
So when they came over here, and sacked a load of churches, and then told their stories, and some settled here, quite a lot in York, and shared their stories. They were then documented, and changed. Oh, okay.
So because I don't believe any of this was told as there was a real giant. Nobody at any point throughout Norse mythology says there was actually a real giant. There's not actually a real cow that licked an actual real salt block. I'm sure there is people out there that probably would like to believe it, but within the realms of reasonable thought, it's kind of obvious to know this. So the whole point to it is to create a social structure that
so the giant of the man was bigger than the average man, hence a higher power, a supreme being,
and you're always connected to your original creator. You don't have to go to a place of worship. Just turn over a rock. Paganism is there. So you know what I mean? It's all there originally. The whole thing. The giants are all in everything. The same as Diana is all in everything.
If it is alive, it is of her.
So it's the Norse side of things is about what to aspire to, as opposed to being constantly persecuted from childbirth you've got to be accepted by your God. And that's what I could never understand, because that makes God unapproachable. But all of my gods are approachable.
Yeah, because the theory is that every now and again they'd pop down and have a little wander through life.
Yeah.
Some of it was depicted in Vikings. some of it was made up in Vikings,
Oh,
and a lot of the storylines were very, very mixed up. But there were some similarities that ran through it, that gods did come down and have a little mix about with people to see what happened. And actually, another program that I think, even though it was like a proper work of fiction, depicted the angels the way that it is written that they were, as good or bad, was Supernatural.
Yeah.
Because it showed that Metatron, who was the voice of God, actually weren't a very great bloke. He weren't very, very nice. He had his moments of niceness, but actually he was quite mean.
If somebody...
and the same with all others, all other angels. There was good, and there was a balance of bad. Not that they were all bad. They are evil. And that's what you were saying about the gods in Norse.
Yeah, they've got balance. The goddess Freya is the goddess of love, but she's also the goddess of war. If you go to Freya's hall, the chances are that you were a fighter but didn't die in battle. So there's kind of criteria for that if she sees a purpose for you. But yeah.
Were the Valkyrie part of Freya's? Did she not lead the Valkyrie?
Yeah, the goddess of war. Yeah, she led them. But they don't necessarily go to her hall. They go to Valhalla for Ragnarok. Which is Ragnarok.
You heard it here first, people.
The Ragnarok is literally just the death of Odin, the death of Thor.
Okay.
That's what it is. But to put it in perspective, for the information that we're now trying to translate and look at, is Vikings stories date from 730 to about 1100 BC. Mm-hmm. In the 13th century is when they started to translate stories into English, and the Christians were involved. So you've got between 730 and then the 1200. That's a long time. And I just personally believe these were stories that they told their kids. And if somebody had had the thought in 732 to say the word Jedi instead of Viking, that's what would have been called. It's pure semantics that's been taken through hundreds of years that does this. Because 1,000 years from now, somebody's going to think that Jedi is an actual thing.
Okay.
Apart from the fact we've got the technology to look back to find out it wasn't. So what we need is a loss of 99.9% of all the information we've now got.
That. An interesting coincidence that you're properly focusing in on your Norse connections and you're losing sight or having difficulty with sight in one eye.
Yeah, all one eye.
All right, Odin.
Can anybody else do this? Right. I've been made to feel a bit weird this week. And I can't do something, and it's really annoying me now. I can close my right eye on its own.
Right.
And sit like that for a little while, it's closed. But I cannot do the same with my left eye. I cannot close my left eye on its own and keep it shut without both eyes being closed. There is something wrong with my left eye.
Did they not say it was your right eye?
No, my right eye is the one with the short-sightedness now. And it's a rugby ball shape and all that crap. But yeah, my left eye, I can't close it on its own. It doesn't work.
You are a bit weird.
Anybody else like that? Anybody else?
Oh, Chloe's weird as well. I mean, Chloe's the same as you.
But no, close the reverse.
If you watch this video back, you'll just see about 3 minutes of me randomly showing I can wink with both eyes.
Right, let me just check my notes.
And no, I don't mean at the same time. That's blinking. Anyway, so good guys and bad guys, yes?
Right, so I want to come back to the original. I just need to find my notes on where it was.
Somewhere safe. Entertain yourselves for a moment. We've given you a lot to digest this evening so far. I mean, look at your own belief systems. When you buy tarot cards or a form of card, you're offered quite a lot of different kinds of angel cards. There aren't so many offerings down the shop of
marry and I can do it with both eyes. Well, I show
because
off.
we're normal.
Pardon, my brain doesn't work.
You don't get offered, and these are my Lucifer cards. I imagine there are some that are out there.
They are, but this is where I think you can make gods real.
Mm-hmm.
If enough people think enough energy, the thinker thinks the prover proves. So you think about it long enough and you can figure out a way of proving it right. And if enough people focus enough energy on that, don't you just actually will it into existence?
And if you have support and backing from large organisations or strong, powerful people, yes, you can push your own agenda. Absolutely.
Well, that's all.
I mean, we haven't looked
all the
at.
church is.
We haven't looked at Scientology at all, and now I've said it, I know that Scientologists will be all over it because they are so it for finding any reference to them at all and analysing what's been said about them. But hey, do you know what? They say that there's the human race isn't human race at all. It's an alien race. And aliens came from another planet to populate this earth, and at some point we'll all get taken back up again.
Not if I'm wearing my
tinfoil hat. Prove that it isn't true. Don't waft the holy text at it from your religion. Prove it.
That was the other reference. Earlier on, you said about there was a mother god from birth or something.
Yeah.
What was that? Remind me what that was, because I've got a similar thing in Norse.
Diana, the creator.
Right.
Yeah. Who was darkness but contained the seed of creation.
All right. In Norse mythology, there is a belief that every single child is born with a mother spirit. And I'm going to try and pronounce the word, but it's Phlegia, something like that.
I can't read your writing.
Phlegia. And that is...
Phlegia. It's
supposed to be an ancient maternal family relative that is with you from birth. Okay, from beginning to end.
I am going to push my own agenda and say you all need to consider pagan Wicca, because everybody is born or everybody is created female. Everybody is created female. In the womb, you are initially female. And here's an interesting little fact. That little line between the scrotum is actually where your girl bit would have been.
It's a seam.
Had you not, it is a seam. Had you not morphed into a male, that would have been your lady parts.
That's true, Chloe said.
Thank you, Chloe.
Facebook official.
Lovely trainee midwife. She knows we're all female, and females are the ones in the mammalian race, I believe, who create new life. So why wouldn't we be created in the eyes of God if the God's a woman and it's actually a goddess? Who said that it has to be a man? Who said that
I'll tell you who said it, a man.
Yeah. Who said that the supreme creator has a gender? They might be non-binary. We don't know.
Well, you'd have to have one or the other, or both.
Really? Why?
Or none.
Yeah.
But that's not non-binary if it's got none.
No, but to have both. You heard it here first.
This is a whole other conversation that we need to have away from this camera. I can't get into trouble. So quick recap.
God's a hermaphrodite.
In Norse mythology, no, there's no real sort of gods and demons. There's no real battle-y things. There is just Loki being a prat and causing problems.
And yet, when I said that to you a couple of weeks ago, you went, no. And I said he's very besmirched. there is a balance of light and dark, and yes, he's a complete mischievous, troublemaking git.
Yeah, they call it cunning. It's the Norse favourite word is cunning for him.
Which means clever.
Yeah, they cause problems. But he's the kind of the
clever people do. They create religions.
Yeah, he's the fool.
And then the ignorant
as the
follow
barometer of
those clever people.
Social stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's a balance of good and bad. Think about it. Think about what your belief systems are, and think about how you came to that belief. What information was you given, and were you able to make a choice about it?
Oh, I've just thought of another fact.
Oh, Lord.
In Norse mythology, it's called Hel. Hel is the name of the goddess. She was sent to Niflheim and given the name Hel because in Norse, it actually just means hidden. So it was just a place, it was a hidden place.
Well, that's a good fact.
So it wasn't, so I say none of this was ever bad, evil, wasn't lakes of fire and pineapples being stuffed up Hitler's bum and stuff.
Inside, like a cave, like a lady part, and it was run by a lady. Ooh.
Not everything goes back to the womb.
It does. So all about creation and what happens.
Rumour has it. Sorry. Right, let's go back to my notes. My other notes.
Right.
We're overrunning.
We're overrunning.
People want to go to bed. I need to go for a shower and I'm going to get ready for work in the morning.
Those of you that have stayed alert and alive and interested in what we're talking about, we apologise. You know we ramble and bicker.
So yeah, I've got 3 last little questions for you guys, for those that have stuck to us with us to the end. One, we're thinking about doing another psychic night, but I'm toying with the idea of doing podium style mediumship one. And I was just wondering what your thoughts on that would be. Have you guys been to one? Are they good? Do you reckon? I don't know. I'm thinking like something like that at Ryan's coffee shop, possibly as a tester. Let me know what you think.
Okay.
The other one is, I can't find a date for this, so I'll let people know in the week. Spooky Ramble. I'll try and get some organised. I want to go back to that church we went to.
That secret location?
Yeah. No, the church. Corby Way.
I know.
Oh.
But
I don't narrow it down. It's a church near Corby. What was the other one? And that was it. The winners. So that was... I'm knackered.
Yeah.
Can we do a calm show next week?
What we can do?
I don't know. Let us know in the week what you'd like us to talk about, because we kind of go from the sublime to the ridiculous.
We could do a meditation one. However, that would literally be us sitting here with our eyes closed.
I don't mind doing that. We could do a 5-minute guided meditation.
Potentially.
I could take
chanting.
you to a walk for my thinking tree.
Yeah, or someone could purchase me a crystal singing bowl.
Yeah, just go to
She said, hopefully.
Amazon Prime wish list and send that.
Donations gratefully accepted for those.
Chloe won't be here next week. She's given us excuses already.
Oh, well, that's because she's late doing her assignments because she's been listening to us. Thank you,
probably.
lovely Chloe.
Right, let's get...
Don't forget, if you've won, send us a message with your address. Don't write it in the comments here. Don't write it in the comments here. Send us a private message through the page.
Yeah, you don't put your address on there. That would be crazy.
Yeah, everybody will be...
Chloe says she's been listening and typing, multitasking. Read that back, because there's going to be some random Norse words in there. And you're going to think, what's that doing in there? Right. Marion's comment. I'm going to put it up there because Marion pointed out I was really interested in...
Well, she didn't put interest in. You read that wrong. That was really in. But I know you meant interested. Thank you, lovely Chris. You sat quietly, as always. Guided meditation sounds lovely. Maybe that's something we need to do separately. Chuck out some guided meditations a couple of times a week, maybe.
Can do.
Yeah.
I'll let you do that.
Okay, I'll fit it in.
Right then, guys, we're going to say goodbye. We will be here next Sunday. Nothing fancy. No massive prizes. Although I have still got a hat and a notepad to get rid of. So yeah, can I go? I'm waiting for you to give me the authority to.
Thanks, everybody.
Get the outro.
Remember, like, share, subscribe, everything that you need to do. Get us out there. Share our weirdness with everybody. Bye.
Bye.